Okay, so now we come to this story. It's again from Vedantic Tales. Many of us have heard it before. It's a common story in Vedanta to explain the concept of Nilima. But anyway, we'll go into it. Come. If you need a backrest, come here. So, this is a story of a lion cub, okay? So now this lion cub, there was once a time when a lot of sheep were grazing in the forest, and they saw this lioness who looked heavy, fat and sick. And the lioness was dying because she was very hungry and she didn't have strength to kill and eat. But she saw these little baby sheep and she said that, let me try my luck if I manage to pounce on them. But all the sheep scampered. There's just one little ewe is a female sheep, who stood transfixed because she was about to give birth to a baby. And she knew that if she ran, her baby will get hurt. So that's the instinct of the mother's love. She didn't run from the lioness because she wanted to safeguard her baby. So the lion jumped, but before it could catch the mother sheep, she fell down and died. And a little baby lion cub came out. And a lion cub first is blind, it can't see, it takes time to open. And it's groping around to find its mother to suckle it needs, but the mother was dead. So it kept nuzzling the mother, but the mother wouldn't wake up, she was dead. Now this female sheep, and this is not uncommon, very often another species will suckle an abandoned cub. So this female sheep, that's what you really feel. It's true when they say the universe pretends to be made out of matter, but it's really made out of love. So this female sheep took the baby lion and started suckling it, and over a period of time she just went blind to the fact that it was a lion. She thought it was one of her sheep. So she named it Hari. Now Hari the lion grew up among sheep. Now baby picks up the language he learns. He learned sheep bleating, so he never roared. He would try to bleat like the sheep. He would eat grass like the sheep. And he was never really happy among the sheep because he wasn't being himself. And he would keep complaining to his mother that I'd find the sheep company very boring, I'd rather just be alone. And the mother would say, please behave yourself, as it is everyone calls you odd, and I don't like that. So you should conform. You'd make more of an effort to give company to the sheep. And then he became an adolescent, and it became time for him to marry. But the thought of marrying a female sheep was the most repulsive to him. But he was very handsome, so all the female sheep would come to him. But he would feel repelled till his mother again appealed to him, and the only one he loved was his mother. So just to make her happy, he would outrageously flirt with the sheep, but always break their heart because you're never interested in any of them. And he would make friends with the other sheep, but he never really enjoyed it. So he thought by conforming he'd feel better, but he started feeling more and more miserable. He would feel empty and lonely, as if there's more to life, but where can I find that more? Then one day he saw a lion in the distance, and everything in him became alive. Intuitively, mentally he knew the lion would eat him up, so there was fear. But intuitively he sensed himself in the lion, so he became very alive. And he had an urge, oh God, let this lion eat me up. Better to be consumed by a lion than to live this horrible sheep life. But it was duality. Again the fear came back and said, no, please go back to the sheep, you're safe. So this went on happening till I'm going to read to you. So then one day he couldn't get the lion out of his head. So one day he chewed on the freshest grass and thought he'd make a gift of that grass to the lion. So he took it in his mouth and he looked for the lion. And the lion told him, but why are you so scared? So he said, sir, you're a lion, you'll eat me up. The lion said, what is this? This is a younger lion, stronger than me. What is he behaving like this for? So the lion told him, you have to leave the sheep and come away to the forest. So he resisted. But finally one day he could not bear the emptiness anymore. And he said, doesn't matter, if I die, I die. It's better than living this miserable existence. So he took a gift of grass and he went to the lion. And one day the lion told him that the lion kept convincing him, you're a lion, but he wouldn't believe it. So the lion gave him a mantra. Day and night repeat, I'm a lion, I'm a lion, I'm a lion. We've guessed. For us, what's the mantra? Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma. Brahma is our lion self, right? The true self that we really are. So he went on saying that, and sometimes he'd get glimpses where he'd feel very complete and happy, but then his sheep Prakriti would come back, he would again start feeling unhappy. And now I'm reading in the words of the author. The lion smiled, come with me. He led him, Hari, to a quiet pool among the trees. Come close and look with me into the water. What do you see? He saw two handsome lions with wide brows and thick golden ruffs around their heads. I see two lions, you and another like you, though smaller. You are that other, the lion told him. That is your reflection. You see, you are a lion. Then he explained that Hari was truly a lion and not as he thought a sheep. And when he finished, Hari said, but sir, if I'm a lion, how does it happen that I'm a sheep? You are not a sheep, the lion said in very distinct and measured tones. I have just been telling you you're a lion, but, Hari said. So the lion represents our guru, who's constantly telling us you are not this little hurting littleness. You are much bigger than that. What you know of yourself is the tip of the iceberg of what you really are. There is a no but. The lion roared and stamped the ground, making the water tremble. Hari also trembled. Yes, sir, he said to himself, however he finished the sentence, I am a sheep. The lion glared at him. You want to be a sheep, he roared. Then why did you come here? You might as well just go back. You will be better off. And he started to walk away. Oh no, sir, Hari called after him. Please, sir, the lion returned. What do you want? He asked severely. Make up your mind. After a long time, the lion looked back. All right, now meditate on your own true nature. Repeat, I'm a lion, I'm a lion. Try not to bleat too much. Bleat is the sheep sound. For us, what is the sheep sound? Metaphorically? What would be the sheep sound? Our thoughts. So the lion is telling you, still your thoughts and know you're the all-powerful silence at the back. So every morning at daybreak and every evening at sunset, Hari sat by the pool for meditation. At times his mind would wander on about the affairs of sheep. Snatches of conversations he had had at the Rams Club would flash through his brain, and tender memories of his mother would come to him. But gradually such thoughts grew more and more dim. He became able to control his mind. I'm a lion, he would repeat. Earlier he was not able to say it only. Thoughts would keep coming. Now at least he is able to say it. He tried it with emphasis on different words and tried to give it a roaring sound. I'm a lion, I'm a lion, I'm a lion. Still nothing came through. He remained a sheep, but a sheep who was beginning to feel at home in the vast forest, which at first seemed so strange and fearsome. When he was not meditating, he would look into the pool and study the reflection. Or better, he would sit and look deep into his master's sun-like eyes and feel that he was looking into eternity itself. And he was always ready to serve the lion, anticipating his smallest needs. Sometime the lion told him stories of the forest. Those are spiritual stories for us, like a pravachan from our guru, with a transcendence stories of the forest and of other lions. Other lions are other saints for us. Sometimes he scolded him for his sheep-like habits, his eyes flashing fire and his roar like thunder, but he never turned him away. Those were happy days. But because Hari persisted in his sheep behavior, one day the lion said, "I'm going away and I never want to see your face again." And Hari is waiting and waiting, when will the lion come? Days passed and no lion came. Then one morning, out of the blue, the lion roared at him with his worst roar Hari had ever heard. "Stop that bleating. Stop nibbling grass. What is the matter with you? Be a lion." Hari hung his head. "I can't," he bleated. "Then stay away from me. I don't want to see your face. Don't follow me." And with that, the lion turned and walked away, and he stayed away. He stayed away for days and days. It was like death. Then one day, as unexpectedly as he had left, the lion returned, shining out of the dark trees like the sun. In his mouth, he carried a piece of red dripping meat. "Sir," Hari cried and prostrated himself. The lion walked up to him without greeting and dropped the meat at his nose. "Eat that," he commanded. Now, it's not like our Guru will ask us to eat meat. This is a metaphor. What is the meat the Guru will ask us to eat? Sir? Surrender. Truth, the meat of truth. We don't want to swallow the truth because we are happy with the lies of our mind. So the meat represents truth. So eat that, he commanded. And though Hari knew that he was irrevocably breaking the final bond with his own kind, he did as he was told and sank his teeth into the red flesh and tasted blood. That's where the phrase comes, no? In English, "I have tasted blood once, I always want it again." Once you taste truth, you can never be happy living with the lies of your mind. Then a wonderful thing happened in him. His brain reeled. He felt rays of light pouring through his body. A tremendous strength flowed through every sinew. He grew vast and powerful. Lioness permeated every cell of his being. He was conscious of his thick mane, his gleaming teeth. That's what truth does to you. If you have a taste of truth, that's your self-worth. You feel very powerful, at the same time very humble. You come to peace at last. Lioness permeated every cell of his being. He was conscious of his thick mane, his gleaming teeth, his strong, supple body. He was conscious of his royalty. And he knew without any doubt that the reflection in the pool was his own, and the golden light shining behind the eyes of his master was his very self. And suddenly he roared. So there's a famous Vedantic phrase, "Wake up and roar." Don't stay confined to the sheep existence of constantly living in the world of your thought. To roar is touch the silence behind. And it's not an empty silence, it's a silence full of peace, full of joy, full of self-worth. If you want to have self-worth, you have to find your real self. Your surface self will always feel incomplete. It will feel momentarily complete when you're successful, but success and failure are going to come. Nobody is going to be successful all the time. The moment failure comes, the moment criticism comes, your self-worth goes for a toss. Then how is it self-worth? Whereas the self-worth of the masters, whatever happened to them, it was rock solid.